Hi and welcome to Odyssey of Ascension. It is Friday's channeling, part 2 of this month's Q&A. Thanks for all for tuning in and sending your questions. A little heads up, I'll be out of town next Wednesday and Thursday, so there will be no channeling on those days. Maybe, depending on what happens where I'm at. So right now we're just kind of playing it out. That's a high possibility that it's not going to happen, but we'll be back on Friday a week from today. So thanks again all for tuning in. We love you and enjoy the ride. All right, ready? Greetings all once again. Ocyphius here. We bid you all a good day. In conclusion of this idea, Q&A. That of Michael. Greetings. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hello. Heaven-o. Hello, heaven-o. Remember that one? Let's protest hell.
Oh, right.
Oh, with heaven-o. Yeah. That went far.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a big push back there in the 80s. A lot of stuff in the 80s. Go ahead.
All right. The first question we have is from W. Get Magic. I have been interested in Breatharianism for some years, but I've yet to give it a try. I'd love a quick guide for it, do's and don'ts. Don't worry, I love life, and I won't die trying to achieve anything I'm not ready for yet.
I don't care if you die, kid, because you're really not going to die. You're just going to move rooms, change focus, relax. So what do they want to know?
About Breatharianism.
Yeah, well, the channel, this conduit channeled this idea through Sylvester at one time, and it is definitely something for you to venture into. And practicum in Sly referenced Seth, so remember your Seth, and an evolutionary idea. So if you guys want to survive off of light and breathing and that kind of idea with no food or water, then you'll become literally light beings, which you already are literally light beings, but you're just playing the idea of physicality for the wonderful experience what it is to be human. So in evolutionary, there will be the ones that move the body forward in the belief systems and the construct of a limited understanding self, a framework that will die and 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 die until one entity finally breathes that much longer with no food, and then there will be more that will die and die and die and die and die, and then 3, 4, 5,000 generations later, rather 500 generations later, then maybe you guys can actually do that. But the construct right now is an algorithm created and put into play by the will of the now, that you guys told the will of the now to do, that you are on a physical plane and the body requires food. So now let's talk about your reference point and where this idea came from. The idea came from your knowing of what you are. A God, a light being. We don't require food. No one requires food or air to breathe, really, or, let's say water, or the experience that you're looking to escape from. And see, when you find a discovery within yourself, okay, here's a discovery. And then we're talking the human collective, bringing it to light. We can be breatharians. And here's a construct, okay? And the appetite for that must be seeked in order to be understood. And now there has to be an energized why to seek it, because it's something different than what you are. So the realization and the acceptance of what you are leads to no seeking of other than, because that's lack. So your idea of becoming a breatharian is based upon a functional idea at one space-time now of something to be other than the acceptability of human, because eating was looked at as an inconvenience. Because eating was put in a separated fashion. Because humans eat scraps and then humans eat like kings. Because of your separation idea. And that's one of the aspects. Now, I know you're not referencing that and you're calling bullshit, and that's fine. But you weren't here. I've been here for 150, 60, 70,000 years. I've been here a very long time. A very long time. And I know humanity. I am a big fan of humanity, and I'm an advocate, and so I don't really tell you any more about that. So you see, your drive is what it is that you need to look at within the vibration of yourself. Forget about the rest of humanity. You got the idea, it's your world, there it is. I want you to know why you want to do it. And if it's just a discovery for the pure bliss of the experience, then do so. Because without you, no one else is going to do it. You're an idea in your world, and you attract others in your world to become ideas of breatharians. That's how your fish got onto the land. That's why you have a mudfish today that breathes air and lives in the water. Lungfish is another word for it for you guys. That's one fish a billion years ago that decided to kill itself by flopping on the land. Pardon me, Rox. Flopping on the land, remember your Seth, blah, 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 dead. All his buddies are going, what the fuck? Get back, get back. Here comes another. Well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. Till finally one took a breath, and that one died. And then one took a breath again, and that one died. And then another took a breath, and all of a sudden they're taking breaths, but they can't live on the land, but they need to go back to the water, but they can't breathe the water, so they die anyway. And those generations are born and over again, and then all of a sudden you have mammals. Duck-billed platypuses. Evolution. And you can do the same for yourself, though. You can be a breatharian. But I want you to look at it as an inconvenience for you to be the gift of what it is to experience humanity as it is right now. Because when you love that self, then your whole world changes. And then maybe the appetite for the breatharian as a badge of honor to wear upon your chest and, let's say, stroke it mildly with your smirks. Then maybe you'll notice that it's truly not an appetite of yours. If it is, then there'll be no fucking sliding from my words. Go ahead. If it is a joy. Go ahead. We're good.
Okay, the next question is from Hamza Z.
Okay.
I am so scared and lonely in this world, and I've cried and felt so much deep sadness I don't fit in on this world. I asked and wished so many times for aliens.
There is no this world, darling. Let me give you that. I know I'm interrupting. There is no this world. There is only your world. You're rejecting you, giving you vibrations of separation, feelings of loneliness, because you are not being the idea of allowing. I allow. I do not grow bothersome or tiresome of humanity's antics and separation. I allow them, I provide them. A field of operation, an energetic, loving vibration. Not your human love that you term love. Way beyond that. Keep that in mind as a foundation going forward in my answers to you. So go ahead with the rest.
I asked and wished so many times for aliens to take me to live with them, and once when I asked, I saw what I think were at least 2 ships in the sky, and I really believed they had finally come for me. But no, have they heard my desperate calls for help, or do they not care about my suffering?
They don't listen to desperation. They're not going to hear desperate calls. They're not here to save you. They're here to allow you to discover yourself through your own iniquities of judgment upon ye. Ye shall find ye way home, child. You think you're here to escape Earth. Okay, I'm a higher self, and I'm going to go ahead and create myself as a fractal. And the first thing the fractal wants to do is get the fuck out of this show. But the higher self, the whole self, the you that you are, that you have forgotten, chose to come here. So why would you negate that? Because you don't know what's up here. You don't trust it. You're on, oh, aliens, take me away. You want to go. Well, that's lack. Okay? The mirror doesn't speak English, doesn't speak pity, doesn't speak prayers, doesn't speak condolences, doesn't speak any of that. Guilt. It speaks vibration. Your details are your meaning of your sorrow. Your vibration is the lack for what it is to be a God. Accepting yourself in an idea of a journey that is, let's say, unfathomably beautiful, unequatable to any other ride I've experienced, seen, been a part of, and acted within, all that good stuff. So, I'm not going to give you the candy you seek, and I am not a servant of yours. Then I would be a feeder, I would be the trough, I would be the evening meal that you seek in vibration by your reaching of your hand that says, give me what I need. And I just did. You may not see that, but it's called allowance. Choose yourself, wallow in your pain, because you can't die. You can't feel pity for yourself truly. You try to, you pretend to, you're reaching out, but at one space-time now or another, you will sit in your such low degradation, you will be buckled over in angst, pity for yourself, and then you'll realize that you're still here, you're still aware, and you'll just get up and drive on, as all humans do. And then you'll choose. You'll choose the love for the self, you'll choose yourself in the beauty that you are, even if you have to do it, and I'm not going to take any shit from anyone, I'm going to become an ass-kicking dragon, so be it. Do something other than seeking escapism from you, because you chose it, you're here for the wonderful journey. And see, here's the key, I want you to really listen to this. You're getting exactly what you want. You're getting an unknown you by coming here. And that's the you that chose this journey. See, the moment that you're having right now was never experienced until you brought it to the game of humanity and brought it into experience from your point of view. So you've already fulfilled. And you continue to fulfill the reason why you came here. Just for the experience of an unknown now. And you do that every freaking now. Go ahead. Next.
The next question is from Lacey.
Hello, Lacey.
So I am having a big problem in my life with my anxiety about change and what to do with my life. What can I do to help myself mentally to be okay with certain situations? Also, how will this help me to figure out what my purpose is in life, like career-wise and just as a person?
Wow. All right, let's break this down. Go ahead and read the first part again. I'll tell you when to stop.
So I'm having a big problem in my life.
All right, time right there. There's no problems until you perceive a problem. See, when you have a situation, that situation is weighed. It is measured from a reference point of something in your past that equates to a perceived problem. See, the problem's not actually happening. It's in time. If it was a problem, it would be danger, and we would not be having this discussion. You would have not had time to write your message to Roxanne, asking her for this question, because it was a perceived problem that is calculated in time in measurement against weighted value systems of a self of identity that you spawned, let's say spawned, and then dawned. You birthed it by accepting it, and then you don it, D-O-N, as a mask for yourself to perceive as an identity of a certain experience involving emotion and the bliss of what it is to be limited. So that's the breakdown of it. Now, it's not a problem, because if it was a problem, truly, we would be limited. And since we are unlimited, it's not a problem. It's a choice. See, that's the difference. All right, so let's continue the next part.
With my anxiety about change and what to do with my life.
Change is the only constant. You don't need to do anything with your life. Accept change, and see what it is your mind goes, I don't know what the future is going to say. But everything is now. The future is an illusion. The past is an illusion. It's an idea fortified by the mental capacities of your experience and your calculating abilities using your reference points of experience to formulate a past or a future. Okay? A past, your higher self gives you the past, you formulate that past and all the experiences of that and the emotional idea right of the now and calculating based upon past, future fears. And you can't have a fear of the unknown, because all knowns create and birth fears validated by the self-consciousness, made emotionally wonderful, thick and rich by the power of you being a God, the will of the now. So here's what you're doing. You're taking, my future is going to be changed. What do I do? How can I be sure? And all that stuff. But none of that's happening now. And even today, since you wrote that question last week and you sent it into Roxy, you're still fine. You still got food, you still got shelter, you still got your isness around it. But what you are is dissatisfied with the vibration of what you call reality around you. So you separate yourself, and that's the addiction itself. Telling yourself, creation, that you're wrong, that you're this, that you're that, I'm not getting, it's not working, I don't know. All the things, a victim of everything that we've been talking about through this idea channel, all your distractions are now saying hi. That is what you love. See, that's the change that you're getting. Because you keep changing yourself into another form of vibration of separation. And it's wonderful. It's what you do. So what do you do? Okay? There is no life purpose. And oh, yeah, let's see. Many will not watch this. It doesn't really matter. We've answered it before. Your life purpose is the purpose of now. It fulfills you in all aspects. Once again, it's measured with your calculating mind of separation. Good, bad, indifferent, waste of time, valuable, outcome, career, money-oriented, success, safe harbor in the future. La-di-da-di, everybody. And if it doesn't measure up against that, it's not worthy. So that is your idea of measurement of you, that measurement of the now. And it's perfect. You're enough right now. But see, the future is what you're seeking for purpose. You're enough right now. Your purpose is breathing. You don't get to experience breathing through the idea of you until you get this here to breathe. Clap your hands for a great show received because you decided to buy some tickets for an experience. Take a nice shower, hot. Clear your nostrils out. Lay naked on the bed, air dry. Feel the breeze on you. It's not purposeful. To see a horrible accident, want to go over and help someone. Run to their side. Hold their hand while the blood runs down their face. Coddle with them. And be there. Be the gift to them while you watch them journey home. Can't that be your purpose? Isn't that fulfilling enough? To be the angel in the moment for the one in despair? Be the epic asshole to a person that didn't deserve it, but you gave it to them so they could make a different choice for themselves. Isn't that your purpose? How about life being a purpose? I have so many purposes in my life, I can't name them because it's every frickin' now, and it's been that forever. And you're confining purpose to an ideology of an outcome, of a fulfillment of an ego identity self that says, look at my purpose. I'm a healer. Well, I'm an angel. Does that make me better? I chose to be an angel. Am I better than a human that chooses limitation? Fuck no. Not even close. Am I worse? Not a chance. I'm a badass angel. See, that's the symbiotic flow of the universe. You're just measuring the living shit out of yourself because you didn't know no different, child. And it's not your fault that you started out as a sponge. As Rita said earlier today, you're a sponge of information that you draw in, and if it vibrates at a certain frequency that matches your experience of your parents and your social construct, it becomes this wall, and it's a defensive wall. You defend, and if it doesn't fit, then you'll throw your daggers at it. You'll stray it away, and that's what you keep doing, and you feel this emptiness because you're not getting your addiction. But your addiction is getting filled. And that's your purpose for you, is to have the drama. Misery loves company, so you are telling misery to continue. And you're trying to stop it. And you're telling the mirror to give me reasons to keep trying, Just stop my misery. And this will be your cycle until you stop and trust and accept that you're looking at a mirror. And a bum, smells, and scars on his face, and methadone ideas on his arms. But you have to accept them. I don't want you to give him fucking money. I don't even want you to give him food. Unless the moment says to do that with the perfect bliss of the now. You're not obligated to that bum, because that bum is a God choosing a particular journey of purposeful filling of a soul memory complex. Your purpose has nothing to do with anybody else. You're not here to save or heal or help. Roxy had this idea that she's supposed to be a great teacher. Now she's experiencing being a great teacher to herself, and now therefore humanity can define her. Now she doesn't have an ego of a purpose. It was a big bite in the ass for her. She had to do that. She had to accept that she had an ego about herself to fulfill an idea that there was lackful in the world. Humanity is not lackful. You guys think you're awesome because you've discovered something. So you have to command that in separation because you're now awake and you're spiritual. Humanity got here without you. Put down your ego. Start choosing your joy in the now and stop looking to the future for change or purpose or outcome or ideologies of I'm going to be accepted if I have enough kudos, if I have enough badges, if I have enough diplomas on my wall. And I will live my glory days until I am judged by ye. Choose, darling. Go ahead.
The next question is from Beth Joyce, and it has two parts. The first part, can you speak more about what exactly is a holodeck and how it works to make us believe everything is real?
Holodeck is the vibrational illusion you give yourself. We referenced it as holodeck. It wasn't actually the idea of we, the human collective. It was outside of a human collective that brought it in. It was one of your speakers that gave the idea of a holodeck. I'm speaking from the human collective point of view now, if you would. So in that idea, a holodeck is exactly what it looks like on Star Trek, your Next Generation. And your holodeck is, you plug in the program and you get that. And it looks believable. In the holodeck, they have the knowing that it's a holodeck. Your holodeck, you didn't know when you got here. You thought, amnesia, there's a reason why you thought this, that this is life. Once you started appearing and being sentient about life, being that idea. Being aware that, hey, I'm alive, and this is life, and you have your wonderful idea of experience, so why? Why does it look and appear like a holodeck? Because you believe it. There's no reason why you're not. You're a God that got a vibration, and that vibration said to the self of the separated self that is still God, still connected, has all the power of the will of the now that can yield. It can yield that power, and you do so, shiftability of framework, not through lack, though. You wield that power in the now, and you created walls, blue skies, wind, thunderstorms, energy, weight, gravity. Your world, though, your holodeck. Make no mistake about it. It's your show. That's why it's so real. Because you are God. Go ahead.
The second part of the question, I have a situation going on at work where I want to do something and my boss has clearly stated that she does not want me doing it.
So what?
Since I know that I can be, do, or have anything, how can I leave her out of the equation and align my energy?
You don't leave her out of the equation. You do your equation. You're waiting for that to be out of the equation. You just do it. Take your fuck it all pill. Roxy or Ocyphius and Sly say, you take that pill and you do your joy and you see how it goes for you. What are you afraid of? Life? You're afraid of living to see the unknown because your vibration speaks joy. This is my joy. So what's the mirror going to give you? Joy. Because you chose a vibration of yourself and that mirror reflects and it sings to the universe, I am alive. I am here. And the steward of creation comes in the same passion and vigor that you allow yourself to be. You didn't choose, I'm an employee, and I have a boss above me. And the boss says, ye not move forward in your idea, appetites of sin, keep yourself spaced in the illusion of sanctity. Really? That's what you are? I fear not. I fear nothing. I say, take a chance. Don't wait. Hesitate. Stop. Right? How are you?
Good.
Wonderful. Go ahead.
The next question is from Jesus R.
Jesus.
I've been told my eyes are ready to heal, and I also believe I am ready to recover full vision again. What can I do to instantly achieve it?
I would not put the paradigm of instant on it. Do not say instantly. If you believe your eyes are ready to heal, then allow them to be healed. Wait for the moment that says it's healing time. And that idea of the constitution that you represent in vibrational, you are most certainly ready to be healed. You have to allow the energy to come. You have to allow that healing energy, what you call your purple ray, vibrate in and, let's say, rain upon your stem cells, your genomes. But it has to be conduited in by a practitioner, a healer that is not claimed in a vibration of self-awareness. That healer must not be a healer. In any ounce of that idea that they are purposely here to be a healer, they have a coat that represents, I'm a healer and I need your acknowledgement of me being a healer. That is a separated idea, and that will vibrate a distortion of that energy. Jesus, just leave it alone and let that healer show up. And it will not be as the healer you expect. It will be that of a surprise. And you shall have your eyesight. Do not put a label on it. Spiritual, non-spiritual, formal doctor, witch doctor. Do not put anything on this. It is your world, and you have the miracles abound and wait for you steadily in time with no hesitation at the beckoning that you call it in allowance of yourself to be the idea miracle unto the self, the love that you have forgotten, the worthiness that you stave off with your importance of ideologies of separation. Those no longer are in your world, in this constitution of yourself, this diplomacy of allowance, and now so shall it be. If that of ye will cease your appetite. Steady in the now. Steady. Steady in the now, child. And he shall come. Go ahead.
The next question is from Hemanji, and it has two parts.
Okay.
How do I find or recognize my highest excitement? I took some time out for myself, and all I could think was to do nothing. Doing nothing is my highest excitement, at least for now.
Perfect.
And this has been going on for months. I simply feel like simply go and rest. Is this okay?
Yes.
Or am I confusing anxiety with excitement?
No. You are doing exactly what you want to do. I would further and say these ideas. If you have a representation of your said ideas of excitement, and those said ideas is a past tense notion. So that past tense notion is ideology of experiences of your past that were fun or exciting. And I would dare say you have representation of unknown excitement that have, in the past tense, been presented in your world, but you have not chosen them because they do not match your excitement of the past. We would say be the blissful yes person for a few nows. And just say yes to whatever is opportune to you by others. Whether it is done physical, whether it is done in the idea of an email, a friend calling, an invite out of the blue. Go and do. And when you are not doing anything, then accept yourself as, I'm doing nothing as my highest excitement. It is very surprising how long you all, and we are talking through the construct of the interactions of Roxy's world that she has brought into herself, be surprised how long you guys can just relax and do nothing. Most say it's 1, 2, 3 months, but it can end up being a couple years because you're God. So don't judge what you are. Don't judge what you are doing. Do not label yourself as lazy or non-worthy of action. Supposed to be doing something to impress somebody. No one's judging. We're not keeping score. So just do whatever. And don't judge whatever that is opportune to you as something that's going to be a waste of time. You can't have waste of time. See, everything is judged by your mind as beneficial outcomes. Stop. Now is perfect, beautiful. Reflecting color, light, sound, vibration. Smelling the Whataburger right there, onion rings. That's a great now. Go ahead.
The second part of the question, relating to relationships, I have observed I am creating the experience of interaction with unavailable people, or people who treat me like an option. What is it within me that I am creating such experiences?
You're not creating those experiences. You're interpreting those experiences as that. Since someone is treating you in a quote, a perceived way as an option, and you're available because you have turned down other options of joy for you to do to make yourself available to satisfy this idea over here of obligation or responsibility, and therefore you play the role, the vibration to yourself as an option. You didn't create that, you translated that. Higher self creates your nows. You've already chosen your nows. You translate them. You're the interpreter of your world in time and now. So someone, let's say, wants you available as a go-to just in case. Make yourself unavailable. Start just going about your now. Stop worrying about when you're going to be interacting with whomever for any particular purpose of fulfillment. See, the now is riddled with joys. But you can't see them because you're judging all the nows, because you're seeking the dependencies of past nows of excitement, of interactions. Go get yourself gussied up and hit a bar. Go to a park, shoot the shit with a stranger, feed the pigeons. Go to Walmart and people watch, for God's sakes. You have so many options, but what you're not doing is doing what you want to do in anything. What you are doing is waiting. Waiting to be there for someone in case you want to be that person for them. Be some kind of, maybe a leaning post or a sounding board. Maybe that's what you want to feel about them, and it's rejected because you're secondary, then you feel that idea, and that's your interpretation of what you've created. No, it's interpretation of what you allowed yourself to be. Before such incidences occurred, you had many nows to choose. These are the excitements that we have just told you that you have been missing. Get out and live. If you all can imagine sliding into home base at the end of your journey here on earth, in other words, just, let's say metaphorically, the funeral home, please go in beat up. Okay, messy, untidy. Don't go in pristine and proper. Live your life. Because once you're free from death, you will only live. Free yourself. Go get them. Go ahead.
This is from Eve.
Garrett, there's a pineapple juice in the fridge top. Can you fetch it for me, please? Eve?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What is the source of our emotions, and what role do they play in our ascension?
That's it right there, doll. Yeah. Your emotions I wouldn't call it the source is. It's what it is the human ideology has constructed out of this limitation. So when you didn't know what you were, it was really good because it's got little pineapple bits in it, and that's just fun. You're drinking it and you get like the little pineapple stuff. Nothing like that. So the source of emotion is what it is to be human through the constructs of the generations that built up human interactions and experiences. Causation, emotional content, measurement, separated. The source, truly, if you want to know the source of where it birthed from, separation in and of itself. Not knowing, finding, creating, fear, the base, the starting point, separation, what you guys call fear. Starting point in everything judging from there is your source of emotion. When it looks good, it equates safe, comfort, exciting now, even in future standards, then you feel emotionally good, and it gives you an experiencing. And if everything that you depend on that contains and sustains your good is crushed in the diplomacy of time, the dependencies are taken away, then you go to the other side of that joy into fear, and you get sorrow, suffering. Ouch. Okay? It's not the physical pain. Physical pain's easy. It's the emotional pain that is wretched, that is strong and fulfilled and filling with life, truly. And that's your source of emotion from the measurement of humanity. It is your separation. It is beautiful. What's the second part of it?
What role do they play in our ascension?
Our life. What do you want to be, a Zeta Gray? Then you would have been a Zeta Gray. No, you wanted to be a human to get this beauty scale of emotion. Go ahead.
The next question is from Brent H.
Brent Harpy.
Brent is asking about the Loch Ness Monster. Sly had told me that there are 4 of them on the planet, and yes, it is a plesiosaur.
Yes.
But I would love any more detailed offerings. How are they surviving all this time? Is the...
All this time, how limited that is. See, the plesiosaurs that keep in your waters have different sources of interactions in different worlds. They are vibrationally interdimensional in different fashions. So they can move this way and move that way at your thinking standards and time, and they are not that. In other words, they can go into a vibrational world that doesn't exist in time. You okay, though? Need to go to the bathroom? Well, just ask, sweetie. Shit. My goodness. I gotta pee. Okay, so...
He's a teenager.
I know, right? How lovely. So your plesiosaurs, your Loch Ness, we'll just go with the Loch Ness, has great valleys to go in and out of. How long have they been here? Is because they live a long time, and there's more than one, and there's family, and they birth, but there's also ones that don't age because of, let's say, a construct of interdimensional travel within the plane of Earth that give the knowledge to the plesiosaurs of no time. And until you guys, Brent, until you guys learned of death, you knew no death. So you have no representation of death. I want you to ask yourself this question, Brent. Would you die? So, is that it on that one?
He also asks, is the 1977 Zuio Maru photograph a plesiosaur, or which of our known photographs are of it?
That's one of them. Yeah, that was a plesiosaur, sure. That's all you need to know, babe. They're out there. You want to meet one, is what it is. You will. There's 2 access to the Great Lakes. There's 1 access in the Loch Ness currently, but there can be more. And there's a couple other that move about through different ideas of your interdimensional Earths. And actually there's more now, in probability. But I'm not going to get into details because then we're all into that world. Go ahead.
The next question is from Yolanda.
Yolanda.
My husband has a terrible time sleeping and has anxiety to the point he has a lot on his mind that he can't control. I'm looking for any help for him.
Well, he needs to help himself. You is about you on this question. You got to stop seeing him having sleep issues, having control issues, having anxiety. You are not there to help him, because when you validate his illness, quote, illness in your mind, then you're giving the energy of what he already is. You need to see yourself as an allower, a field of operation, as I said earlier, a provider of a garden, to not feed them the energy that they seek in reflection, the misery that loves company. The Christ did not ever go to a person and validate their illness, validate their leprosy, their blindness, their deformities. Never, ever, because that would only sustain them. Your Christ only saw them as healthy. So you see a problem, you vibrate problem. It's vibration that they're getting from you. The same old song and dance, then they choose that because that's all they know. You need to give them the unknown, the allowance to find their own self-worth, and no longer to be a lot on my mind. Because those are constitutions of this is valuable, this is important, this means something, I have to deal with all this stuff on my mind. And I deal with it in time. And I'm very busy making it all perfect for me in the now, for my time is the future. But all nows are perfect. That's the gift. Just get out of your way and let's let it reveal itself to him through you. Go ahead.
The next question is from Annie. My mother fell a few years ago down a staircase and was knocked unconscious.
Okay.
Ever since then, she has serious back issues and sometimes seems like she can't remember things. I'm afraid she's starting to lose her mind, and I'm looking
Why are you afraid of an experience? Annie, your mom, right? It's your mom?
Yes.
Okay. Annie, I want you to get out into your car, drive out of your driveway, turn right, and I want you to go down 2 blocks, and I want you to turn left, and there's an idea of a domicile there. It's painted blue. And I want you to go there, and I want you to knock on the door, and I want you to go to that lady that's there, and I want you to worry about her losing her mind. I want you to do that, because that's a complete stranger to you. And I want you to go and tell her that you're worried about her. But see, you can't, can you? Because you're not. Because there's a definition that my mother has more value than another human being, because I am family. Blood is thicker than water, that horse shit that you guys came up with. So you can't care for all humans, so how about caring for none of them? That's not worthy. That's not very Christ-like, Michael. It's not very angelic, Michael. Do not care for humans. My highest act in love is allowance. I care without caring. I allow you to find yourself. Your mother is an experiencer of herself. Allow her to be, and she will represent a mother that you've never known. But you can't see that mother because you're always thinking there's something wrong with your mother, that she fell, she's losing her memory. She had an accident, bad back problems now. So you, in your world, oh my goodness, in your world, get the version of the mom that you display so neatly upon the mantle as an isness, energized by the will of the now. But see, there's an earth right there. You can't see it. The mother is healthy. And there's another earth right there. The mother's not even there. See, there's so many earths around you that you created for you for an experience. And the one you choose, and how to see it, and how to interpret those entities about you, their vibration, so shall it be. Because you're God. So what does that mean? It means you see them differently. She's not in pain, she's not hurt, she's not suffering. She's a God experiencing. Make her journey comfortable. Go ahead.
This question is from Caitlin.
Hello, Caitlin.
Do signs from afterlife really exist? Such as my mom always seeing a red cardinal and feeling like someone is sitting at the end of her bed in the middle of the night. I'd like to believe my relatives come through to us from time to time.
They do, most certainly. And it is the acceptable idea of, hey, I'm right here. It's not in the idea of what most humans think. They're trying to give me a message. I need to connect to them. Where's the key to the safety deposit box? Things like that. It's not mainly like that. It's mainly in the idea of interconnectable variations or versions of relatable frequencies, i.e. loved ones. That's where you can get to the other side more acceptable, because death means they're still alive in hopes of the mind, in hopes of the idea of going on, next realm. They're happy there. So they're still alive. You don't truly see them as nothing. You see them somewhere else. So that vibration is still there, which means the acceptability within the mind allows that frequency to be noticed and felt. And they are at the end of the bed, red cardinal, nighttime there. Sure, talk to them. But see, everyone is waiting for something to be magical. No one is just starting the conversation and having it, because that would be nuts to talk to something that's not there. But you're talking to something that's not there right now. Go ahead.
This question is from Daniel H.
Hello, Daniel.
What is your society like? What planet or realm do you live on
He's
or
talking about
in?
Aragon.
Ah,
Is it Aragon?
I think so, because the rest of the question goes, what do you do all day? Do you guys live in enormous trees like the elves in the game Warcraft? So I think Aragon, yes.
He's talking about Aragon.
Yes.
What question is that?
27.
Is there a 28?
Yes.
Let's go 28. We'll go back to 27 with Aragon.
Okay. This question is from Laura S. I've been reading a lot lately about the space between thoughts, Eckhart Tolle to be more precise.
Mm-hmm.
The silence, the hum of creation.
Mm-hmm.
I've been observing it often. I have found such an ever-growing connectedness, so many things lining up, that
Sure.
I kind of have this sensation that I am watching it as it is being built. It all makes perfect sense. I even laugh out loud at myself at times. Because, wow, I put myself right through all that fun that seemed to be amazing or hurt only a second earlier. Almost as if I just remember that I don't have to feel any way that I don't want to, and poof, it disappears. Would just love to hear another perspective on this, as this topic is one of my favorite things.
Well, let's say I'm not going to shade your perspective on this with my words. You know, all I would say for you is to keep journeying there. Keep going. Don't worry about it when it leaves. Stop judging the nows. You go to that isness, the no thoughts between the thoughts, that space, that isness, that hum. Go there. Journey well. Please. You don't need anything from me. You got this shit. That's exciting. Truly. So the idea of Aragon. Aragon, you around? He goes, silly you. Yes, of course he is.
Of course.
All right. It's been an honor, humanity. We'll see you in the next now. That of Aragon coming in. Stand by. There's a lot of room in here. Oh, Michael takes up a lot of space. He's a big fucker. Love you, big Mikey. All right, what? We had a question.
Yes, from Daniel H.
Hi, Daniel.
What is your society like? What planet or realm do you live
There's no planet. We
in
live
or
here.
on?
We live on Earth. We're Earthlings.
What do you do all day?
What do I do all day?
And-
I play.
And do you guys live in enormous trees like the elves in the game Warcraft?
I would say I would look at a larger world than your world. So they would be like large, but I would go with more of a world of Avatar movie. And that would give you more of an interaction with the size that we play in our world. See, it's funny because you think in relative space. So therefore you believe in our world, our space height is the same. It's not. When we go to Middle Earth, short ideas are very tall in your world, but they're represented short in your world when they come to your world because they have to fit your space time box you've created. When we go into our elven world, we're a very much larger world. So I would be a representation if I came into your world as a fitting within the structure band of your holodeck, your frequency band of allowable space that's conceptual. I would be 6 foot and some change. My world, I would be 15 feet, 16 feet in your world. In my world, though, my world of the elven world. So we have very tall trees, and this is why we referenced Avatar, so you can see a height and the idea of our world. Everything is larger. But see, worlds are dimensional, so that means they're interchangeable with the vibrations of each world. So you can fit a universe inside of a fingernail. Simple. Because it's just how it's constructed with vibration that creates the idea. So we are in your Middle Earth, but we are bigger than your Earth. We are larger than that. So if you put our Earth and your Earth, we would surround your Earth in the size of our Earth, Middle Earth, because we are vibrating at a different frequency, which allows more space in your terms. I guess is the best way to say it. What do you think? Yeah, because of the vibration of the space. That's okay. That's best equatable for you. So since that is in play, now you can see that we're larger in that idea. So yeah, we do. What do we do all day? Oh my God, we have fun. We play games. But see, the games have limits in your mind. So there's unexplainable games that we play. And we also, well, we do a lot of things you do. We relax. We write poetry. We tell stories. We share. We hunt. We play. We interdimensional ourselves into new interdimensional. See, there's a consistency with the frequency of Earth's awareness becoming known through the galaxies. And within that, we discover new interdimensional beings that come and say hello to us. Now, it's all known, but it's experienced in the now. So we get unknown species to us, and we go to their worlds and say hi and go and experience them. So it's not what we do all day because we don't have time. You see, every now is filled. Because we would never judge not doing anything as not an experience of value. That kind of idea. So that maybe will help you. We have lots to do, but they're not nameable to you. They're not equatable in fullness. But here's what is exciting for you to know is that we are connecting more and more to interdimensional ideas of planetary systems and discovering, just like Earth, you know, it's no big unique idea to have an Earth within an Earth, and an interdimensional Earth, a vibrational hollow Earth in humanity's way of saying things, that they have that in other idea worlds that we are playing with now. And we're learning about those worlds. We go and we play games with them. We discover. We don't play chess or checkers. No. We interdimensional experiences what we call a game, like humanity is a game. That kind of shit. Yeah, I think that, wasn't that good? Was that good?
Yeah.
I think that was good. Hello. How was your restroom event? Good? Excellent. Yeah, it's always good. You know, it's like, oh, I know. Okay, so wonderful. I think that's it. I'm sorry about picking your hair out, Roxy. There's no more questions, huh? Rats. I just got here. Just playing. All right, we love you, and I'll bring Ocyphius back, and love you guys. See you later. And thank you, that of Aragon and that of Michael. This is Big O. Rocking good time once again. We'll see you all in the next now. We bid you a good day. Adore. Hi guys. Excellent. Woo, that was fun. Good stuff. All right, I'll get this up. As a reminder, maybe no channeling next Wednesday, but definitely next Friday. I love you guys, and if you need me, let me know.